Hey guys, it's that nerd Ryan, making a very unofficial video, so that's why it looks kind of weird and isn't edited at all compared to my poor editing on the other videos. But I know I already made a video about this, and the last one was a little more kind of goofy, fun, poking fun at the whole scalper thing, but now that I've been watching videos and I've seen how bad it's getting, I feel like I need to address this more seriously. So I mentioned in next week's video on how starting then, because I edited this Friday's video on last week, I'm not going to be pricing any of my Pokemon cards in my unboxing review stuff. I'm doing that as kind of like a protest, kind of like whatever, to scalpers and stuff like that, just because I feel that it encourages it, but I wanted to make a more serious video about this, focused on it, and I'm not going to cry about it or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of explain my thoughts on this and everything like that. So first thing that I want to establish to everybody watching, I'm 26 years old. I understand that this is just a toy. This is just a toy. I don't know if I have any. Yeah. This is literally just a toy. All a frickin' toy. It's not a necessity. It's not, if I find out tomorrow that I have to move out of my house, or I'm having a kid or something, if I have to cut the toys out, I have to cut the toys out. And I know there's a lot of adult collectors that also understand this, and stuff like that. So in all honesty, this video is not for me saying stop scalping so I can get figures I want. This is for the kids, in a sense, and the fact that kids are not getting what they want. Now, I will tell you the truth. If I were going to Target today to pick up a Marvel figure, because literally all I have right now is a Star Wars figure for my big haul video. So let's say I go to Target to try to get a Shang-Chi figure. If there's a kid that is wanting the Shang-Chi figure that I want, and it's the only one left, and the kid really, really wants it, and he sees it in my hand and is like, "Oh, you got that, I really want that," I'd give it to the kid. And if I already bought it, per se, and the dad asked me or something like that, I'd say, yeah, it was $25 if you want to give me the 25, or whatever it would be. We'll call it even. I would probably even cut out the change and say forget about that. But that's not what these people do. Now, I woke up this morning, was just flipping through my YouTube feed. You probably see that I'm watching Good Mythical Morning right now, but before that, on my phone, there's a bunch of TikTok compilations about these scalpers. And then the day before, I saw another video, and now it's even to the point where Target and Meijer are stopping selling Pokemon cards, and I think any type of cards, because of these scalpers. And it's not only affecting Pokemon cards and stuff like that, it's also affecting action figures. For example, you'll find out next week I got Crosshairs. I got them online for $48, which isn't right. It's supposed to be a $20 figure. Now, I make enough money where I can afford doing that, but the one thing that I don't see here is a little kid that is just a fan of the Bad Batch and wants the complete group of Bad Batch getting this for $48, or his parents even saying it's worth it. It's a little 6-inch piece of plastic, if the kid really wants it and the parents can't afford it, the kid can't get it. Now, I know that action figures are mostly turning into adult collecting now. Kids are more focused about video games and everything like that to care about figures, and it's going from kids' toys to young adults to adults. And like I said, I know that it's like if there were kids wanting this stuff and scalpers are stopping it, it's not going to happen. And I know that that kind of cancels out what I just said. But the fact is, it's not right to be taking that option away from kids because of the way that they're scalping, that Target starts banning this and Walmart starts banning certain things in their store due to people not understanding how to, one, handle themselves, and two, to let the target audience enjoy the product. When scalpers are buying something, they're not enjoying the product. They're trying to make a buck. And you know what? I'm going to do something that's really going to tick me off right now. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I was going to open up a pack and literally just say how much each card is. But the prices are inflated right now, so I can't do that. But I will say, from when I used to price my entire packs just for fun on TCG Player, unless the rare card was extremely rare, you barely ever break that $4 or $5 pack price. So scalpers selling packs now for, let's see how much they're selling a pack. We'll figure that out right now. Because I think Shining Fates is going to be the first option on here. And yes, I use TCG Player on my computer. Shining Fates booster pack is currently $7.80 to buy on TCG Player. That's a specialty pack, so let's see. Shining Fates booster pack. Alright, so let's see on eBay. Well, Amazon's selling it for $11. $7.80. Okay, maybe Shining Fates was a bad example. But here, there's one for $10. Alright, fine, let's do that. Oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, yeah. Actually, I do have a really, really good example. So, I have this Pikachu card that came in a G-Mills pack. So, when I just got the G-Mill pack because, of course, couldn't find any Pokemon cards. So I was like, okay, for this week I'll get this. This was before I started doing weekly openings. I was like, oh, let me get this and hopefully cover it. If you looked online at the time, that this Pikachu card alone was $220. If you look on TCG Player, which is basically 90% of people go to that to actually price Pokemon cards, it's official in a sense. It's a $4 card. So that's how insane these scalpers are going. And that's not right when it's something like this, to where a kid can literally go to a grocery store, buy it for $4, $3, and get it that way. But the parent hears that they want a Pikachu card, and they go and look up Pikachu, and this is one of the first ones that pops up, and it's $200. The kid's never going to be able to get the card because the parent doesn't know how easy it is to get it. And these scalpers are just laughing their way to the bank because they're taking advantage of this. And I mean, like I said, it's with action figures too. I felt so bad the other day. I went into Target to literally get a Shang-Chi figure, backed out because they literally only had one of these left. Now, when I shop, I try not to get the last one because I do hope for a kid to get it. I really do. I hope that a kid can get it and enjoy it, especially when it's something like that. But the way Scalpers look at it is, let's see, Black Series Echo. There we go. $80. $84. $105 for Hunter, which is the one I can get. And actually, here we go. So I also got Anakin with him. There is another Anakin left. So for the two of those together, $127. I paid $54. It's $54 in retail, and these scalpers are just going in and completely buying it just to up the price. $80. $155 for them and Hunter. And it's just not fair to these kids that also want these toys as well. And it's not fair to people who want to have a collection like I do, but can't afford to do it because of scalpers. And the way I did want to say the way to deter. There's two ways to deter this. One is the worst option. One is the best option. The best option would be that we just stop buying from scalpers. I beg you guys to please do that. I will literally search through all of the web on Hasbro Pulse, Amazon, stuff like that, to be able to get these figures at a fair price, then go to eBay or an Amazon seller and pay out the butt just because a scalper wants to get their rocks off. And I please plead with you guys to do the same. Do not support these scalpers. Do not do any type of support to these scalpers, because any one figure, one card, one whatever that you buy from them means that they're getting a paycheck. Another alternative would be try to support local small businesses and see if they have these figures. So, for example, there's an antique store right by my house. That's where I got Hunter. And, I mean, I had to pay $10 more, but that was, like, how the antique shop works is they have over 100 sellers in the store. I don't know the exact amount. I just know that the Legos that they sell there are seller 100, so I know it's got to be over 100 sellers. So the sellers go out and buy, and then they try to sell at a low enough price, but enough to make them have a profit of those figures. So like Hunter, I actually think Hunter was only $25. I got him with Asajj. Asajj was a little more, just because of the rarity. But if Asajj wasn't that rare, she would have probably been about $25 as well. So, like, go find antique shops, local toy businesses, stuff like that, and help them out, especially right now with how damaging the whole entire situation over the past year has been with the environment and everything like that. Small businesses, your local comic shops, they need as much help. I mean, my comic shop knows me well enough that if a figure that I want comes in, they don't inflate the price. They only add on $5 or something like that, but that's literally the cheapest figure at my local comic book store is $25 over 20. Or if they have Pokemon cards, they will sell me a pack at regular price because they know that I'm not going in there just to scalp it. So yeah, establish relationships with your local businesses and stuff like that, and just, you don't have to be like, well, I'm making a YouTube channel and I need to review figures. I mean, that would be nice if I was able to do that, because then I wouldn't have to worry about scalping. But fact of the matter is, I only have 58 subscribers, and I'm not going to be able to walk into a comic book store and say, "Hey, can I sponsor you? Or can you guys sponsor me with figures if I talk about your website about your brick and mortar store to 58 people?" Yeah, that wouldn't work well. But it's something to do is just come in and say, "Hey, I'm just a toy collector. What do you got?" And then just don't try to be like, "Hey, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this for a regular price?" Just establish that relationship. I come in once a week. Best example, people came in and scalped the High Republic issue #1. It was literally, I think, they open at 12. I came in at 12:45 at the time. They only had the variants left. And they charge more for their variants because variants are limited edition. And the owner looked at me and he looks at the cashier and he goes, "Charge him $3.99. He goes, "Why?" He goes, "He's been coming to this store for 5 years buying Star Wars comics. He shouldn't have to pay the inflated price." So yeah, you get little things like that with people just because you establish that type of relationship. So make sure you guys try to do that. Another thing this is the worst option that we can get. And I really don't want it to come to this. But it would have to be retail stores stopping the sale of any type of hot toy. Which, one, would never happen because that would lose sales for them because, I think a box of Star Wars figures, there's about 8 in, so that's $160 right there. That does sound like chump change for a company like Target, but still, if you're selling 8 boxes a day, that's over $1,000. And that's something that they would want to keep. So I don't see that happening in that sense unless literally people fight over a Star Wars figure like they did with Pokemon cards, or fight over a Marvel figure or something like that. But literally that would be a way to stop scalpers because they would have no place to go to pick up this stuff besides the local small businesses, which would then inflate their prices until they have to stop selling them. And then in turn, it would just be all online purchases from Hasbro Pulse, or Hasbro Pulse, or whatever company makes the Pokemon cards, stuff like that. And then that would turn into a whole bidding war. So I hope it never comes to that, because it just sounds like the worst case scenario. So, thank you guys for sitting with me for these 20 or so minutes talking about this. Like I said, this is a more serious video, so I'm not going to say my usual outro, or plug my channel or anything like that. But, yeah, I want to take that time just really quick to say, be nice to kids, give them the toys that they want. Or let them have the toys that they want. Don't let scalpers get away with what they're doing by not buying their stuff. And if you are a scalper, rethink your life. And just make sure you guys have a great day. Just remember, at the end of the day, this is all literally made for kids. It's not made for high stakes trading in stocks. Alright, see ya.